Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I just don't know how I'm supposed to keep up with all of it. I mean, it's like every day, like, more news comes in. Then I think people tune into me to, like, tell them kind of what's going on, but I don't know. I think we should do this live on YouTube, actually, to tell you the truth. That'd probably be a pretty good thing. Oh, and then maybe, like, throughout the hour, like, just randomly change lower thirds. That'd be kind of neat when that happens. Can we do it? You think so? What do you guys think about that plan? Oh, I'm sorry. Was I too quiet? Are you used to me, like, yelling at the camera? Well, I'm not angry. Don't worry. Don't shy away with your tail tucked between your legs. I don't know if you have a tail. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Although I'd be curious if you had a tail. Take a picture of that. No, don't. Don't take a picture of your tail if you... Hi, everybody. Welcome to the LockerGnome Daily Report, TLDR for short, now a part of the LockerGnome YouTube channel with almost 200,000 subscribers. Although, I've got to tell you, as opposed to not having to tell you, there seems to be a problem with some YouTube subscriptions. If you've noticed that your subscription to LockerGnome, which I'm assuming everybody who's watching this video is subscribed to LockerGnome already, if it's dropped, you may want to check. Because apparently YouTube's just dropping subscriptions willy-nilly right now. David DeFranco had discovered this as a problem and did a vlog about it yesterday or the day before or so. And then, no, by the way, it's just one N in Diana. One N. That N that I'm covering up there should not exist. Have you met any woman named Diana with two N's? We run into this all the time. I've never... usually it's spelled like... Wait, where is it? It's usually with one N, not two N's. I don't know why. It's strange. But you're not the only person to spell it with two N's. My first name, there is no N in. There's no N in my last name either. It's Chris Pirillo. Pirilleaux. Pirillo. I'm making it French instead of Italian. Pirillo. Thank you for joining us. We have quite a packed time for you today. Hi, Wicket. You want to join us? You want to redeem yourself here? Wicket was upset from being in the vlog this morning. He was like, he felt like he was misrepresented. He said, you made it sound like I had a short attention span when I turned away from the camera. And so, Wicket, you'll be okay. Don't worry. Just see, look. Well, you gotta look at the camera, dude. The camera's over there. It's over there. You see him? That's YouTube. Yeah, I know. Pretty handsome bunch. Welcome, everybody, including Bentar, Harrison, underscore, Froker16. Underscore is not in Harrison's name. I just kind of threw that in there. JR89, Troy Rudder, Metallic X Squink, Joe Izzard. We also have Yamazaru Ninja and Magic Tracks as well. Wow. Hail, hail. The gang's all here. Micaiah. You know, boy, I tried to let him down and he still wanted to stay up. Okay, cool. Wicket, you can stay there. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody on YouTube. You may not be in the chat room, but that's okay. You're just as much a part of the community as everybody else. Oh, he was falling asleep on my arm. Well, I don't know why I'm whispering now because he's gotten up. Yes, Pixie is sleeping. She's down on the other side of the house. This is Wicket, and he started to sleep. Try to get that. Oh, we can talk though. Here, Wicket's he's just taking over the stream. Fine, whatever, dude. I gotta push through some topics here, dog, because this technology is not gonna report itself. You're blocking the Nomies, dog. They're not appreciative of that. But hopefully you're appreciative of the live stream. Hello, Cameron Ryan, or I'm sorry, Cameron D. Ryan 1, Owl Q. We also have Mac App Reviews 101, Imbalance by Design, the Craig ID, IBM ThinkPad R51, how the hell do you say that name? B. Blood Brother CCCX, Apple 99 Man, C. Marshall 1018, Poner Films. We also have Big Whale 4045. It was a Minjes Kim. We also have Dan the Man 6161. PC 509. Anonir. DFTBA Unidentified 3242. Kurt Grames. Boy, we got everybody. I think we're ready to roll forward now that we said hello and welcome to all. especially for those of you who've just subscribed to watch the Pirillo vlogs, which everybody seems to be enjoying. A preview. I think Diana and I are going to be doing answering questions and answers in one of the vlogs. Or answering answers? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to be answering your questions in future vlogs, as well as, what do you call them, a relationship tagging? Couple tagging? We're going to be doing a couple tagging, I guess. I don't know what that is, other than, I guess I have to answer questions?
I guess to see how well we know.
To see how well we know each other. That's what it is? Okay. We'll be doing that in a vlog. That may just be a full, vlog, because that'll take a while for us to answer questions about each other.
And then question and answers.
Question and answers, too?
In comments, they'll leave questions.
Oh, so if you ask a question in the comments on the vlogs, we'll answer them. But this is a TLDR, really, is for us to talk tech. Many of you guys love talking about geeky topics. Tech and geek. They're kind of one and the same to me. So that's really what TLDR is for. That's what LockerGnome's about, connecting you to a geeky universe that surrounds us. It binds us. It penetrates us. It's somewhat Star Wars-y. Not really. I'm kind of out of Star Wars now. I've got my Vader hoodie off. It has to go in the wash. I only, wear, clothes for one day, usually. Sometimes I wear hoodies over and over again because I don't really sweat. Can't really sweat under LED lights as much. Mercury Online HD says, hi from Barcelona, Spain. Wow, a viewer from Barcelona, Spain. Let's go ahead and tell everybody else in the universe, at least those who are following me on all the social networks, that we are streaming live. I'm going to make an assertion. I'm going to say, let's make Friday part of the weekend and give every new baby chocolatey Claire. What do you think? That's a reference. Did you guys catch the reference? Some of you guys might have, especially in relation to the shout-out that I just gave. Going to tease that out on Facebook, where 82,000 people have liked me. That's validation for you right there. They've liked me, or subscribed to me, which is pretty much like a like. I'd say subscribe is like a like. Let me go ahead and tweet that out. And then also like this video. You can like the video. It's pretty easy to do. And then when you do, please +1 it so that people know exactly what you're watching, what you're enjoying. Let me go ahead. It looks like I need to log in. You want to say anything in between while I log in? You want to do some wacky lower third there? Let's see here.
I'm reading their comments.
What are they saying?
Chris likes Star Wars, and Diana likes makeup and being geeky.
Wow. You like being geeky too? Things we just didn't even know about each other. That I didn't know, I guess. Okay, I'm logged in now. Everything's good. Everything's normal. Thanks for bearing with us. Really do appreciate it. Dude, I'm staying up till 1 a.m. just for this. Talk about devotion, says Anon here. Well, wow. That is devotion. If you have any questions for us to answer during this broadcast, feel free to ask away. The Nomies may have questions, and I've given them access to a Google document where they can kind of paste them in there. We'll also be taking a look at not just your comments, not just the Nomies comments, but I'll also be looking at LockerGnome.net to address questions during this particular broadcast as well. This is why we're doing a live feed, really, is to be interactive with people, right? Not just report what we find and our perspectives, but to actually, converse, kind of. You gave a baby chili? What? Oh, dude, Mr. Mom. Classic movie. I remember Mr. Mom. Do you remember Mr. Mom? I remember seeing Mr. Mom in the theater. That's how old I am. So what do we have on the slate for headlines today? Google Drive, what is it? And can other cloud providers compete? We did talk about it ever so briefly the other day. Sony Tablet S receives ice cream sandwich, also known as ICS. That's a big deal for those of you who have Android tablets, or specifically the Sony Tablet S. Rent before you buy with Ybuy. Oh, interesting idea. So if you were thinking, should I rent or buy this TV instead of buying the TV outright, you can rent it first. Maybe, save yourself, a few $100s in knowing that, wow, I would never have purchased that outright. You could have rented it before you bought it. Google Easter egg evokes Zerg rush on search results for those of you who are fans of, is it StarCraft? If I'm not mistaken. Didn't quite understand the game, really, as the O's were kind of chasing after the letters. Then there's how to use your smartphone to control your dreams. Might be fun. 2 fruits, 1 robot equals mobile, or an informed mobile consumer. It's one of the sites from our Nomies. And then you're never too old to play with yourself. That's the vlog that we had shared. The link, of course, is in this video's description. You can look below. Backlink of the day is nocornerscut.com. They link back to one of our articles on LockerGnome.com, and we appreciate that when you guys link back to us. New Arnold Games says, "Hey, LockerGnome. Hey. Say I'm a eye sock cutter, and I cut socks 3 times fast. No. I only said it once. Chris, without thinking, Apple or Windows? Well, one's a company, and one's a product. So you can't, I mean, one's a good company, one's a good product. There you go. Answer provided for the question, I guess, first. Is it, that's a lot, 10 gigs of Gmail space? I think they've bumped it up. Yeah, 10 gigs. 7.5 to 10 gigs. Although I don't use Gmail all that often now. I do use it, certainly, connected to my Google account, but I was never a big fan of Gmail in the interface. Maybe I'm the only one. I never really liked Gmail. You like Yahoo, don't you, honey? Mm. You like the Yahoo? We've got a problem. Oh, there we go. Sorry, my screen kind of froze there for a second. I'm like, I was zoomed in. I'm like, yikes. I hope my smartphone gives me a choice to meet Chris, says Apple 99 Man. Oh, I think he's talking about the smartphone dream thing article that we were doing. All right, so let's talk about Google Drive for just a moment. What is it, and can other cloud providers compete? Well, I was just asked this question by Chris Widener in just this morning. Google's done a pretty good job in the past with getting you connected with the internet and keeping you connected to the things that you need. I'm a huge fan of Google Docs. So in this particular article, we outlined what it is and really compared it to competition. So think of Google Drive as taking a part of your hard drive and allowing it to be accessible from anywhere. That's kind of what Google Drive is. You can kind of take a certain section of your hard drive, and it'll automatically do it for you. Put files in there, and the files that you put into those folders will show up elsewhere, wherever else you connect to Google Drive. So on your iOS device, your Android device, Google Docs, you can get those files from anywhere, and that's Google Drive. And it's kind of convenient. I did install Google Drive on my computer. Haven't had any issues with it, but I did not turn on the synchronization between Google Docs and Google Drive because I have a lot of Google Docs. I'm a prolific Google Docs user. It's pretty much my default office productivity suite. It's in the clouds. I don't use desktop applications for documents anymore. Very rarely do I, go through desktop apps. So the idea of being able to access your files from anywhere is not new. It's just that Google's doing it. And you can get a certain amount of storage for free, or you can get the 100 gigabyte version for just $4.99 a month. So for $5 a month, you can have up to 100 gigabytes stored, which is, think about it, like a way to get to your files, but also a way to have your files automatically backed up for just $4.99 a month. That's kind of convenient. You got to admit. The thing that you got to keep in mind too, though, is it going to be compatible with the platforms you use? So you, of course, can access it by way of a web browser. You've got a desktop app for Windows OS 10, or Android. Also, iOS will be in the works, assumedly, but you can access Google Docs. So there will likely be an iOS client for Google Drive, but you knew they had to release Android, naturally. Privacy concerns were kind of a big deal, but let me just give you a quote here. Any uploaded content on Google Drive grants Google a worldwide license to use, host, store, reproduce, modify, create derivative works such as those resulting from translations, adaptations, or other changes Google makes so that your content works better with their services. So that being said, they add a clarification that says you retain ownership of any intellectual property rights that you hold on that content. In short, what belongs to you stays yours. Okay, so they're not just taking your stuff. Because you're putting your files on Google servers, I mean, they can't say, well, we don't own it, or we can't do anything with it. They don't own the files, but they will have the right to host, as you're giving them that right, to store, reproduce, all those things that might happen with cloud storage. You still own the files. Google doesn't own the files. You own the files, if that's a big deal to you. And then, of course, we went on to compare it to like Dropbox, SkyDrive, iCloud. And we mentioned this the other day, just to put a finer point on it. You can have Google Drive and Dropbox and iCloud and SkyDrive. It doesn't matter what you use. Just use it, man. Even the free version, man. They're giving it to you. And if you really like the way it works over everything else, I say start using it more frequently. $5 a month for 100 megabytes of storage, maybe enough. 100 gigabytes. 100 megabytes wouldn't be enough. I think one of my videos is like 100 megabytes. It's insane. So take a look at the article if you want more information. Just need a little more help in trying to decide what's going to work best for you. Ben is Strange11 says, Bing. Bing's a good service. I don't use Bing.com right now. I do, however, love the Bing iPad app, and I've talked about it before. Two Guys and a Robot notes that you can get up to 16 terabytes on Google Drive. That's true for like $800 a month. It's insane. So did they release it for Android first? Indeed. But I still don't want Google to look into them, says a non-HR. Well, if you're concerned about that, don't put your storage. Don't put your files in the cloud. Cloud-based storage. So I have, do you think Mega Upload should be brought back? Well, I don't know if it should be brought back. I think services like it will certainly spring up in its place. Not that they haven't already, but I guess that really remains to be seen. Does Google Docs use up your storage? I have tons of Google Docs files, but none of them are taking up a massive amount of space. So I'm looking here. Speaking of Google Docs, I've got the Google Docs that I shared with the Nomies and questions from the community. This is where the Nomies can go in and type questions that you're asking so that I might be able to better see them. And there's no questions. But I use Google Docs for my editing. I love Google Docs. And it's pretty plain. It's pretty simple. Can't say the UI is amazing, but it certainly does work. So any other questions here? Let me take a look. Looking for questions, scanning for questions. Any good VNC clients for Windows? My favorite used to be, and it may not be the case anymore. My favorite VNC client used to be Ultra VNC. That may have changed because I haven't looked into Windows VNC clients in a long time. The reason why you would use VNC is if you wanted to remotely access your screen or possibly files on a remote computer. It's an open source protocol. It's been used and adapted over the years. Stands for Virtual Network Computing. And it comes baked into like many installs of Linux. OS X does not come baked into Windows, which is why you'd have to use a client. Although many others like using other ways of accessing your screen remotely. But like I said, I use that when I'm on the go and I want to remotely connect to my desk. And I did the other day when we were at the hotel. I needed to download a file and I couldn't do it on the hotel's connection because it was too slow. And so I was able to control the screen remotely, which you guys probably saw at live.pirillo.com, which is the live feed, the other live feed, not this live feed, the live feed in my home office that's usually on. I would say, if I say usually on, I got to be careful. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live.pirillo.com. Unless, of course, it's crashed, in which case it's not on. So what about TeamViewer? TeamViewer does work as well for personal uses, not for if you're going to go with a pro account. TeamViewer may not be the best. Your money would best be spent elsewhere. Professional reasons versus personal reasons. Sony Tablet S receives ice cream sandwich. So this is a big deal. We posted instructions there on LockerGnome. I have yet to see ice cream sandwich, which isn't to say that it doesn't exist. The ice cream sandwich, for those of you who don't know, and let's keep in mind, not just geeks are watching this live video or recorded video, it is the current version of the Android operating system as released by Google. Google is apparently about 6 months behind in getting Ice Cream Sandwich out to its installed base. And that's kind of to me, it's sad. That's a bit depressing. Imagine using old software and knowing that you had new software that could be available. It's just the manufacturer's holding it back, the carrier's holding it back. But let me tell you, I did something that I think many of you may have skipped. If you go over to my Google Plus page, and I hope you guys visit this frequently enough. I got like 1.1 million people following me here. You don't need to see the whole screen right now, but we share all the articles, the links, and everything. I posted. Oh, there's a sneak preview for tomorrow's vlog. There we go. There's the vlog from today. 10 reasons you'd want an Android phone instead of an iPhone. I wrote this, and I think they're legitimate reasons. 66 people agreed with me since they shared it. 1, you want more than one new option every year. 2, you value a screen larger than 3.5 inches. 3, you absolutely abhor anything connected to iTunes. Abhor. Are you familiar with that word? Abhor? Not a whore. Abhor. Look it up if you don't know what it is. 4, you need an LTE smartphone today. 5, you think home screen should contain info-rich widgets. 6, you want turn-by-turn voice navigation without a third-party app. 7, you use Google services for everything, everywhere else. 8, you want a phone with a removable battery or removable media. 9, you want to know everything about an app's permissions. 10, you can deal with delayed OS updates from a manufacturer or carrier, because it's par for the course with Android. It's just the way it's done. So those are cogent reasons. Really, I'm not being sarcastic at all. That's legitimate. If you want a screen larger than 3.5 inches, you may not want an iPhone. If you want an LTE smartphone today, you probably don't want an iPhone. And you're probably going to want an Android phone over it. Of course, I probably need to do a list of Windows Phone versus Android phone, although I've yet to have a Windows phone. I've had an Android phone before, running Gingerbread, which is slightly old, but I guess a lot of Android phones are still running Gingerbread. It's kind of, to me, that would be depressing. I mean, can you imagine running your new iPhone that you just bought with an operating system that was 1 or 2 years old? Yeah, she this is what Diana's face. She's like this.
I abhor it.
She abhors it. Did you Google it?
No,
Did you look it up?
I already knew what it meant.
Oh, she knew what it meant! High five! Actually, it's more of a low five because she's down on the floor. We have it that way because the way the cables are connected and all that crap. So, anyway, just wanted to share that list with you in relation to Android to let you know that, I thought they were good reasons. And I think people could agree with me. Android is better for me. Galaxy Note says Mercury Online HD. I used to have an HTC Wildfire before I got an iPhone 4S, and the battery life was terrible, says Ben is Strange 11. Two Guys and a Robot there on YouTube says I like the iPhone because the hardware and software work well together, and it has wide support. Furker16 up here says, great list, Chris. I'm an Android fan. I was glad to see the list. Well, I'm glad you acknowledged it. I didn't have ICS on my Galaxy S2 until very recently. That's when I'm going to give Android a shot again, when I can try it with Ice Cream Sandwich on a newer device. I don't really want to try it with Gingerbread because it's yesterday's news to me. I'm going to keep my Android for a Wi-Fi device. Yamazaru Ninja, that's exactly what I would say. I'm a big fan. I would likely, if I started to use an Android device regularly, would likely use it Wi-Fi only, and I would use the Amazon App Store instead of the Google Play or anything else. The reason why is because I get a free Android app every day on Amazon's App Store, and so I love it. I love it. Just got ICS, but want Jelly Bean now. Is that the next iteration of it? Have they even showed it off yet? I mean, they were just talking about Ice Cream Sandwich, but I've yet to see it in real life. Ben is Strange says, just got the LockerGnome TLDR email just now. That's pretty awesome. WP never lags. You'll be satisfied, and Bing is built in. I'm interested, but they've yet to send me one. I can't do any comparisons. How can I do a comparison if I don't actually have it in my hand? People ask me for advice, and I'm like, how can I give you advice? I don't have the information. Rent before you buy with Ybuy. Okay, have you guys ever rented anything? I remember looking at renting. People rent sofas and furniture. And I think that's an okay way to go. There are advantages of, say, using Ybuy. You get to try a variety of products, different products, for 30 days. And that way you can avoid the restocking fees that some companies may charge. if you're not sure if you want to keep it or not. You can eliminate buyer's remorse. You can play with the latest and greatest toys at a very reasonable price. And you could also avoid customer service personnel who may be reluctant to accept your return. You could rent an iPad if you wanted. If you didn't want to own an iPad, you could rent an iPad. Here's a way to do it. Ybuy. We've got the full description over there. Look at, would you guys, just stop listening to me for just a second. I know it's difficult. Do you see these links? You click them. And then when you click them, you'll see little buttons in the sidebar like you can share the page. So you press the G+1, Facebook, Twitter, email. You can even pin the photos that we've posted there. So what else could you get on Ybuy? Roomba. You can rent a Roomba. And this would be good for all you guys that want to do product reviews, but the companies aren't sending you the products. You could use Ybuy to rent the products, do the review, and then send it back. You could also rent a Vitamix blender, Fuji camera, Boxy. You want to try that? Sure. You could also try a Keurig coffee maker, and I think, isn't that what David DeFranco uses at home if he's not drinking Wawa?
How'd you know?
I just shocked Diana. She didn't think I listened to David DeFranco's vlogs. I do, just to freak her out. She knows more about David DeFranco than she does about me. And you know what? That kind of pisses me off. Just saying, David. Step off. Sup? You. Sup? Sup? Chest bump. Sup? It's my YouTube chest bump there. You could also rent the Wi-Fi body scale from Things. You can also rent a grill. Wow, a lot of gadgets you can rent. Yeah. Free 30-day trial basis. And then if you want to continue to rent things, it's just a low fee of $25 a month. And you can rent things. Right there. Why buy? Why buy when you can rent? Really appreciate Ron looking into this. So rent before you can buy. Very appreciative of surfacing this particular resource. Really cool. That's what I love learning about these types of resources because people will ask all the time. Hey, Chris, what can I do for this? What can I do for that? Why buy is invite only. Wait, hang on. It's by invite only. So the question is, do we have invite codes? So, you may want to check out the article because we may work out the deal for you guys. If you guys see something you want to have access to, ask me. I may be able to get access. And when I get access, I may be able to pass that access along to you. Why? Because I love you. Not as much as Diana loves me, but I love you. See, I was trying to say, you had this text here down below, and so. Oh, I'm not supposed to see it. Never mind. Never mind. Maybe Diana's having an affair with David DeFranco. That would be difficult considering we live on opposite sides of the country. Although sometimes I think she's sexting.
I don't even know what that
In the middle of the night, you know what she was doing last night, guys?
Oh, no.
She was researching, can I tell him? It's not a big deal.
It's not.
She was looking up cannibalism.
No.
Apparently, Jeffrey Dahmer's killer is going to write a tell-all biography, and she just started diving in deeper and started learning about Jeffrey Dahmer. And then she was scared. I'm like, honey, unless you feel something gnawing at a part of your body, there's nothing to be worried about. You know, it's not going to happen. She kept hearing noises in the night, but she was researching Jeffrey Dahmer.
Because I wasn't sure what he did. I knew he was a bad guy.
Yes.
I wasn't exactly sure.
You didn't know why.
Yeah.
I did. Actually,
I
did feel a tickle.
A bite.
Yeah, there was a bite. Yeah, there was like. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, and she. Hang on, let me see. How's my back doing? I've got a button growing in the middle of my back. Look at it's a back nipple. See that back nipple? See that? Can you see the back nipple?
Yeah.
I'm growing a nipple in my back. Just for you. Can you see the back nipple?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of disgusting, isn't it? I should probably save that for the vlog, shouldn't I? This is all technology.
Yes.
Forgot. Geeky live interactivity. Ricky Lee says she's going to eat me. You're going to eat me. No, you're going to eat me. Nobody eat anybody else, okay? I'm done talking about eating people, okay? Just, that's, cannibalism's off the table. That's it. It's not, I'm not taking my pants off, although they are kind of oh yeah, you get to see my crappy old underwear. Did you see my underwear? Did you see it? Probably should have planned that better. Not red pants, red underwear. And they're very old. Thank you for the 190 of you who are still with me during this live broadcast. You never really know what we're going to do live, which is the reason you want to tune in and watch. Because you just don't know. By the way, speaking of tuning in and watching, what we're going to be doing after this live broadcast, heading over to LockerGnome.com. Or I'm sorry. That's what you're doing now. You're heading over to LockerGnome.com. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading over to live.Pirillo.com and having a conversation about clout. Is it important? And this is going to be something that is useful for Nomies and non-Nomies alike. And we'll talk about our clout scores and whatnot. What's your clout score? Do you know? Mine's like 83. It's hovering at 83, which is a pretty good, it's a good score. 83 out of 100. So let's talk about the Google Easter egg. And we've got an article on LockerGnome.com talking about the Easter egg. And here it is. Zerg Rush. Can you see it, honey? So I've got to, kill. There we go. It's really hard to do with a touchpad. It's easier to do with a mouse. It's eating my Google search results. And see, look at it. Look at right over there. See it? 8 p.m. count 6. It's eating them. It's eating them. Are there any more? Did I get them all? Whew. Got them all that time. Fun little game. Fun little game, really. To play. Oh, I guess there are more. They're coming. They're eating everything else. I love Easter eggs. I love finding these things. So you get to that. Check out the article. We got the direct link for it. Just Google Zerg Rush, and it'll pop right in. It's kind of a neat little time waster. Mm-hmm. Do you think so? Did you guys do the Zerg Rush earlier? What? Seriously, what? It's a Zerg Rush. It's fine. I thought it was fine. Did the Zerg thing? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Crazy. What's your favorite Google Easter egg, if you have one? I'd be interested in taking a look, because I may not have seen it. And then I get addicted to something, and then I want to spread the word, and that's what I like doing. I mean, I do that all the freaking time. That's what I do in social media, is I just share stuff, sharing information, sharing fun things. How to use your smartphone to control your dreams. So we've got an article posted on LockerGnome.com about an app called Sigmund. And basically, Sigmund is an app you can install on your iPhone, and it was created by Daniel Nadler from Harvard. So you know he's smart. I could have gone to Harvard. I don't know, many people didn't know that. I could have gone to Harvard. I really could have. Never applied. So I guess it was still a possibility. I mean, that I could have gone. Never got rejected. Never gave him a chance to reject me. But an application you can plug right in. Pretty simple. And if you want to have lucid dreams, this may be a chance. And it's only like 99 cents. Give it a shot. What do you got to lose? Yesterday, it's so funny that we would share this today on LockerGnome.com. There was a Kickstarter product that I backed, and I shared it on Facebook and Google Plus and Twitter and all that. Let me see if I can find it to pull it up. Oh yeah, you're gonna love this too. Kevin Staff animated here's an animated GIF of me. Come to the dark side. We have Chris Pirillo. Can you see me breathing? He's got asthma. So let me scroll down a little bit more. There we go. And I said, shut up and take my money. Backed. So this is called Remy, the REM-enhancing lucid dreaming mask. It's already been fully funded, so it will be produced. I'm a backer. 20 days to go. See, I'm a backer. And it's basically a mask. And the idea behind Remy is you put this mask on, and you could effectively, when you're dreaming, be made aware that you are dreaming. And when that happens, it's what's called lucid dreaming. So you're lucid while you're in this dream world. And so what it does is you put the mask on after you program it on the web for, certain settings and parameters, and then you put it on, and suddenly it'll start flashing these LED lights on the mask. I mean, not terribly bright, but your eyes will be able to pick them up. So in your dream, you'll be like, let's say you're dreaming that, you know, you're talking to me, and all of a sudden you see these flashing lights flashing a pattern, and you're like, well, that's kind of weird. What is that? That's Remy kicking in and making you aware that you're dreaming. So the lights will help make you lucid. And it was very affordable to back, under $100 for this gadget. And I've had, I think in my life, maybe only a couple of lucid dreams, but it was really neat. You can control what goes on. Once you're aware that you're dreaming, it's like, you know, unlimited power! And it was really interesting the way they did this, and they made it very affordable, very comfortable, and I was more than happy to back this Kickstarter project. So take a look at the app. We linked in the LockerGnome article. Maybe even back this Kickstarter project while you can, or watch for it if you're watching this video long after it's shipped. You know, it's I don't know. Who wouldn't want to control the things that happen in their dreams? I also wanted to call out, we have one Nome who is at our pro level, and we did a review of their website. 2 fruits, 1 robot. This is Natasha Atherton, and she's in Africa. And it's really cool, South Africa to be specific. She's got this website, and well, as soon as I click it and wait for it to load, there we go. Could be my connection, not her site. 2 fruits, 1 robot, and every day she basically posts technology stuff. So she's the Google Drive problem, Gamepedia, Camera Zoom FX, how to free up space on Android, apps for Android, what's trending this week, sync your Android device, how to make reading a book on iPad easy on the eyes. The list kind of goes on, but she is a fellow geek. So we reviewed her website. Take a look. Again, it's 2 fruits, 1 robot. I've tweeted about it before. We did the review on LockerGnome.com. It's kind of like a Nome's profile, if you will. And we'll, you know, hopefully get more people to follow what Natasha's doing. I think it's kind of neat. You hear a lot of guys going into technology and writing about technology, but it just doesn't seem that there are as many females that are geeking out. So I'm very happy to see that Natasha's engaging in pursuing this, and I think she will do quite well. So I'm very happy to share her site with the rest of our community of technology lovers as well. More like, let's see here, sounds like 2 guys. Let's see here. I rebooted my router and cable modem remotely, and I'm still getting lag. Okay, there's a question there. It's kind of an awkward segue, but could be your ISP that's causing the issue. Have you tried, oh wait, you said cable modem remotely. Actually go to the cable modem, unplug it, plug it back in, give it a good power cycle, possibly connect another computer to it to troubleshoot, whether it's the computer you're using now or another computer that may show you, where the issue is. This is a part of troubleshooting. You've got a few more steps that you need to go through before you start blaming your ISP. Yeah, so my next recommendation is to definitely get in front of that router if you can. Unplug it, let it power cycle, plug it back in, and then connect another computer to it. Completely different computer, completely different operating system. And if it's running fast, then you know that it could potentially be something else if that other computer that you're using is still slow. What do you think about the BlackBerry Playbook? Asked Robert Wildman. Not much. Not much at all. Chris, dance with me, says the Jedi Coat. Sorry, I don't dance. Yo-Yo Chris. I think did he just call me a yo-yo? Nixie Does Linux is my favorite female geek, says Cameron D. Ryan 1. Nixie, yes. Haven't seen her in a while. I guess she's doing stuff still, which is good. It's good that people still continue to do things online. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. Way Muffan says, hey, this is my first TLDR. Well, welcome. Welcome. I got to tell you, though, unless we have any other questions from Nomies, I don't know if we see anything back here, or any questions from the YouTube audience. We've given all the links that we needed to give there in the description for this particular video. It is date night tonight for Diana and myself. I mean, we go out on dates all the time. How many dates have we gone on this week? 1. We went on 1 date. Is that enough or no? We need more. More dates. She demands it. It's good to go on dates. So we're going to be dating as husband and wife tonight. And I think we may even record some video there, too, for the vlog. Be interesting. We're going to try the chopstick cam. The chopstick cam should be interesting. People were apparently very disgusted from the spoon cam. I don't know why. Everyone seemed to love the fork cam. I don't know. It's a fork, spoon. Maybe they have something against... Ooh, I should do a spork cam. I have a spork, you know. Titanium spork. It'll be a good one. Record everything. No! Will not record everything. But before we head out for our date, we're going to pop over to live.pirillo.com and have a conversation about clout. K-L-O-U-T. Why it's important, why it may not be important, offering suggestions to one another, and really getting information across to people who are wondering, well, is it worth even trying? To me, it's there. It hasn't really benefited me in one way or another, but I think it's something to certainly watch out for, because it's more important what other people think about you than what you think about yourself. It's really kind of what it's all about, social media. You got to be careful when you put your brand in other people's hands. IBM ThinkPad R51 says, you're lucky, Chris. Sadly, I can't get any chicks. Should we offer some relationship advice in one of our blogs?
Yeah.
We should do that. So stay tuned for some more relationship advice in the vlogs.
Okay. Bentar is your dad. And
Bentar's my dad?
is mine.
Jennifer's yours? Oh, okay.
They want us back by 10.
They want us back. Oh, so we have a curfew now. Thank you, YouTube and Nomies. Really appreciate that. Do we have anything else, honey? You want to announce the Nome of the day?
Yeah.
Who is it?
I think he left.
Oh, who is it?
Troy.
Troy Rudder. Troy Rudder. Nome of the day. Congratulations, Troy. Big round of applause. Any YouTuber of the day?
Yes.
Who?
IBM ThinkPad R51.
IBM ThinkPad R51. Even though you do not have a chick, you are the YouTuber of the day. Congratulations for that. Word of the day is abhor. Not a whore. Abhor. I got to show you guys something here before we round it out and head over to live.pirillo.com. If I go to my live events page and then go to the live control room, I want to show you what we see here. So we can see that many of you are tuned in live, and let me go ahead and pop it over here, and we can see that a lot of you guys have stuck around, and that's good for our stream. That tells us that a lot of people tune in, and then right around there, you guys stick with us. That's awesome. Thank you. This is you guys. You guys make this happen. But what I want to try to do, and you guys bear with me, let's see if we can get that bumped up. We're getting about 200 people watching live, which is awesome. I don't know how many people watch after the fact, because it's kind of a long video. But let's see if we can get more people to watch live. And if we can't get more people to watch live, let's see if we can get more people to watch after the fact. And hopefully you guys are having fun as we're talking about the stories and the news and the information of the day. That's kind of what it's all about. And so we appreciate your support. Thank you for subscribing to the LockerGnome email newsletter. Thank you for watching TLDR. Thank you for all the support on the vlogs. It's been awesome. Thank you for just being you. Appreciate the likes, the shares, the tweets, the retweets, the letting other people know what we're doing for you. Because if you like it, you got to let other people know that you like it. Otherwise, they're never going to know that you like it. They can't read your mind. And if they could, that's a little creepy, because you shouldn't be able to do and now, as I said before, we're going to go ahead and close her out. But going to be continuing the conversation, as we usually do, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.